Hi guys, it's Shay again from Ayaba's Wind. I am back to do your January 2022 um, reading of the year for the sign of Aries. I am excited to bring this reading forth to help you to be able to move forward throughout the new year 2022. I'm going to post this reading and then I'm going to follow up with a love reading for you guys. If you like what I'm doing, please like the video, definitely share, and certainly subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you'd like a private reading, you can email me at ayabaswind, WYND 999 at gmail.com. All right, so I'm going to be um, interpreting the messages from this reading from an Afro-Cuban spiritualist perspective because I'm a priestess in the Afro-Cuban tradition. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. And this is going to be definitely much different from your love reading. Okay, it's going to cover everything. All right, so Spirit is talking about you were born to be served and not to serve. So Spirit's talking about the fact that you are royalty. Okay, you know, um, Aries are very giving. They're very loving. They're very generous, and they're very kind. But sometimes you guys can give to a fault. All right, keep in mind that this is a general reading. Okay, some of the information may apply to you, all of it may apply, or none of it may apply. Okay, and also these energies can last for several days, several weeks, several months, depending on how you address the challenges that come up. And also, these energies can also pertain to people who are in your energy that are very close to you, okay, in your story. All right. And so Spirit is saying you're a spiritual sponge. Like you can walk into a place and you can pick up things very quickly. All right. You can pick up a vibe. Sometimes that vibe is good. Sometimes that vibe is not good. Okay. And it may affect your mood and how you interact with people. So Spirit is saying you got to watch where you take your head. Okay. That includes going to like, venues, party venues, clubs, lounges, things of that nature. Okay. Because you can absorb things very quickly spiritually. And Spirit is talking about, you gotta monitor your pride, because the pride can be mistaken as arrogance, and that can breed enemies. Okay, it's great that you're doing well if that's the case for you. If you signed a contract, you got a big deal, you booked a job, you're publishing a new book, whatever it is, you got a gig. That's great, but Spirit is saying, kind of hold that close to your chest. And if people find out about it, great, but don't broadcast it, okay? Because you want to keep your vibe and your blessings going. There's a lot of strife and stress in the world, okay, as it relates to the things that are happening, okay? And so Spirit is saying that, not everyone is going to be happy for you, all right? Spirit's talking about you borrowing clothes. You got to be very careful of borrowing clothes, of going to thrift shops and things of that nature, because there are spiritual imprints that are left on these clothes. Okay, you can wash your clothes 1,000 times, you're not going to get rid of the spiritual imprint. Okay, unless you burn it, you burn the clothing. All right, so Spirit is saying this is not going to be good for you because you're such a sponge. All right. um Spirit's talking about like there are father son issues or father son challenges. Okay, and so these may have been father son challenges of the past. They could be happening currently, or they could happen in the near future. So Spirit is wanting you to be mindful of that. Okay. Spirit is saying that, for some of you, you may have a wicked, kind of nasty streak with you. Okay. I'm not saying this. Spirit is saying this. All right. Spirit is saying that, and you know who you are. You know if you can be nasty or not. Okay. And if you don't know, I'm sure people have reacted to seeing your nasty streak if you are one of those areas that has a nasty streak. Spirit is saying that if this is you, and we're all works in progress. Spirit is saying, try to work on yourself to improve that. Try to do more self reflection so that you don't ruin relationships. Okay. Um, Spirit's talking about adultery can bring death. Now I know that's blatant. I know it's rough. Guys, I know I'm not for everyone. I know it. Okay. I could have 1,000 views, 1,000 subscribers, or I can have 10. I'm not in it for the popularity club. Okay. Even if I have 100,000, that's great and that's wonderful. I'm telling you what spirit is saying, and sometimes the messages are not sweet like gumdrops, okay, and unicorns. Spirit is saying that you got to be careful of doing love triangles and threesomes and things of that nature, okay? Because spirit is saying that there could be someone in the relationship that's a little cray cray, okay, that may not be mentally stable or could be emotionally caught up, and it can cause the death of someone, all right, or someone getting seriously hurt, okay. And I know you guys have seen all of those shows Snapped and all the we shows and all the drama, all right. And it's not always women that snap, okay, men can snap too and be jacked up. Spirit is saying you got to watch it, okay. Spirit's talking about your eyes, and so you got to monitor your eyes as it relates to your cell phone and computers and TVs and stuff like that. With a TV screen, you can't be sitting right up on top of the TV, especially if it's an LED. LED lighting on your phone, you got to lower the light, okay? Because these things are depleting your eyesight. This is what Spirit is saying, okay? So you need light, regular light. um Spirit's saying, no red foods at this time. It's not going to be good for you, okay. Aries are already a fire sign. There's already a lot of heat with you guys, all right. And so red is a very charged up hot energy. So spirit is saying, like, to try and cool and calm that energy, don't eat red foods. Okay, that includes red wine. Sorry for my red wine drinkers, all right. Also, it's talking about your diet as far as eating heads or tails. So what might that be? No fish head soup. I know people love fish head soup. Okay. No oxtail. All right. At this time. Um, and you got to really be careful of shrimp. Okay. Because shrimp is either all heads and tails. Okay. And shrimp, oh God, I love shrimp. Shrimp tastes so freaking amazing. It takes seasoning so well. But you got to look at the behavior of shrimp when shrimp was alive. What did it do? What did it eat? And so Spirit is saying, like, these things are not going to be good for you. Okay. Spirit's talking about no rare meats, no bloody meats at this time for you. Okay. Spirits, talked about like your royalty. You were born to be served and not to serve. So nowhere in history did you see royalty wearing wholly tattered clothing. Okay. So spirit is saying, even though ripped jeans are all hot and clothing with all this ripped stuff, spirit is saying it's not for you. Okay. Because your royalty, you need to dress as such, carry yourself as such, okay. And that's not to be snotty and bougie and conceited, no, no. But spirit is saying, recognize your worth, okay, and carry yourself as such, okay. And no holes. The holes, your blessings can leak out of your holes, okay. Spiritual energies that are not yours can seep in through your holes, all right. The holes are the openings in your body, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, and your genitals, okay. You got to be careful what goes in those holes, all right. And I'm talking about the kind of music you're listening to, the things that you're watching on social media and on the news, on TV, okay. A lot of it's bullshit. And you don't need to pollute your mind with that, okay. Spirit is saying that your mind is very sensitive, all right. And one thing can lead to another, and things can manifest, okay. And you can create things that you don't need to create in your life. um and spirit saying that if someone invites you to a spiritual function, really, sit and pray and meditate on it. If you don't have a means of consulting with spirit, through Obi or through D Lagoon, you really got to check to see whether going to that spiritual event is going to be beneficial to you or not. Okay. Because spiritual places like churches, I'm just going to say, people go to church. People go to church because they're suffering. People go to church because they're sad, they're depressed. People go to church when they're happy too. But, these places of worship can hold a lot of suffering and despair. And if these churches don't properly spiritually clean out these spaces, okay, and you are a spiritual sponge, which you are, you can pick up this sadness and depression. So you thinking you're going to a prayer service, a doka, um, um, a spiritual drumming, uh, whatever it is you're going to, you can be negatively affected by things. You can pick things up that, are not going to be beneficial to you. You definitely have to wear a lot of white, keep your head covered in white. Spirit's saying that there's you and someone, you guys don't get along. There's someone that you're dealing with, whether it's in business, a relationship, a marriage, um, family member, you guys don't get along. Spirit's saying something about friend kills friend. You got to watch. Spirit's talking about an enemy. All right. Spirit's saying you got to watch your head. You got to, you have to um, be careful of taking in drugs, popping pills, Xanaxes, alcohol, liquor, weed, cocaine, all of these things, because Spirit's saying that if you don't watch it, you can lose your head. Okay. You can go on a bad trip, get a bad drug, do too damn much of it, a combination of something will put you in the hospital. Spirit's saying it's not going to be good for you. Okay. A spirit's talking about you have challenges dealing with people who are just like you. And spirit is acknowledging that. Okay. Um, if you are a woman or you walk with a lot of feminine energy, spirit is saying that you tend to have a very masculine and or aggressive edge to you, which can be a little off-putting for some people. Okay, and so spirit is just acknowledging that. All right. A lot of work is going to be needed to make your relationship work. And spirit is saying that, it's going to take time. It's going to take prayer. You're going to have to really work on things. Okay. Because spirit is saying you have difficulty being with anyone all the time. Okay. It's very hard for you to be with someone all the time. Okay. Moods can change. People can get downright nasty if they don't have their private time. And spirit is just acknowledging this. Okay. And spirit is saying, you know, many of you can have a razor sharp tongue. Okay. And you may have been told about this razor sharp tongue. Some of you can be downright nasty. All right. Okay. This is what spirit is saying. So spirit is saying, you got to temper that. Count to 10 before you say something. Watch what you say because you can manifest things through your words, through your ache, through your tongue. Okay. The other thing is you may want to take a teaspoon of honey every day before you leave your house or before you engage in a conversation. Okay. To kind of sweeten up your disposition. All right, because spirit is saying that there is no bueno. All right, and in talking about friends, spirit is talking about two people who were inseparable, who people thought, oh, they'll never separate. Spirit is calling for a separation. Spirit is acknowledging and saying that if this separation between two people hasn't already taken place, it's going to take place. Okay, this separation could be as far as a romantic relationship is concerned. It could be regarding a friendship, um, some kind of partnership. Things are going to separate. At this time, you will gain, you will help to calm a lot of the heat, spiritual heat that's around you. Um, and spiritual energies around you by wearing a lot of white. White is your best friend. Okay. I don't give a damn if it's winter time. Okay. You can wear white. You can get cute hats, white bucket hats, white beanies. White is hot right now. Okay. So Spirit is saying you're going to benefit from wearing a lot of white, keeping your head wrapped in white, sleeping in white bedding. Okay. Sleeping with the nightlight on, doing a lot of white baths, doing a lot of prayer and meditation. Okay. Because Spirit is saying you can either be a fool or you can be a genius, but you decide. Okay, you want to be running around high, popping pills, smoking, drunk, all this. Okay, and that's how you want to go into your new year. That's on you. But Spirit is letting you know that there are things in the mix that are at work. Okay, and so there is going to be a separation of some sort. Spirit's talking about, there can be a lot of indecisiveness. Okay, so Spirit really wants you to make a decision. um it could sort of be like the Two of Swords of your intertraditional tarot. Okay, where it's like at a crossroads. Okay, and Spirit's saying like you can't be everything to everybody. Okay, so I just heard Spirit say something about kissing someone's ass. No, we're not doing that. All right. They either love you for who you are, okay, and not for what you can do for them. And if that's not the case, then they can get to stepping. All right. But Spirit is saying that you got to be more purposeful. Spirit is saying that you lack focus, that can start something, but it's very hard for you to finish something, or that you can easily be distracted. Okay. And Spirit is wanting you to make a decision. Okay. I'm seeing like someone sewing. Okay. If you have problems with focus, you can get a needle and thread and a piece of fabric. I'm seeing a red fabric, and you just want to sew. You want to sew, and this is going to be a form of meditation for you, to help calm you and to help you to get into um, the parts or the aspects of something to help you to make a decision. Okay, because Spirit's saying that you may be a little bit scattered, or there may be a lot of confusion around you. Okay, a Spirit's talking about that someone was advised to not be with you, or that someone told you to not be with someone. Okay, or you may hear about this. Okay, the Spirit is also talking about, if you have children and you're watching this, you got to monitor your children for accidents. Okay, be very watchful of them at this time. Okay, um you got to beware of corners, street corners, going around corners. Just be very mindful of that. Keep your eyes open. Okay, because there could be an accident around the corner. Someone could be lurking around the corner. Okay. Also, watch your neck area. Something with someone who has a stiff neck, or who could potentially get a stiff neck. So be mindful of that. And Spirit's talking about things that were hidden will be revealed. Okay. So, as a part of your meditation and your prayers, you can talk about, asking Spirit to reveal the things that were hidden. Okay. And it could come in the form of readings, of tarot readings and things of that nature. Okay. Spirit's talking about watch for sickness of the throat. Um, for some people, it may go to the extent of maybe requiring some kind of procedure that's done via the doctor. So definitely get checkups quite frequently, especially if you're a smoker. Um, and that goes for people who are weed smokers. I know a lot of people say, oh, the weed is natural, it comes from the earth, it's a plant, this, and that. But guys, there's no filters on marijuana. Okay, there's no filter. So tar and soot can deposit on your lungs. Things can deposit on your organs as you're taking the smoke in. And so this can cause growths. Okay. And so Spirit wants you to be mindful of that. Spirit's talking about there's three people that want to knock you down, that want to see you, they want to knock you off your throne. They want to knock you off your high horse. And it's because of jealousy. Okay, so you got to watch these people. Watch how people like interact with you. Watch how they respond to pictures or postings, um, or even lack of response can send a message to you, okay? Um, Spirit's saying you got to be careful with drinking with other people, all right? Because, um, there could be a snake in the grass. People can reveal things, truths to you. Um, there could be arguments and fights, so be very careful, okay? Um, Spirit's talking about if you have legal problems, through prayer and meditation, you know, things will work in your favor, but you really got to hone in on what it is that needs to be addressed and pray for what you want. Do not pray for what you don't want. Okay. Don't put your energy into that. And Spirit is also talking about don't reveal your dreams and your secrets, okay, to anyone, all right? Because those dreams, those good things will be destroyed, okay, or they'll be deflated. The energy will be um, reduced, okay, and the things that were building up in your favor won't happen. They won't manifest, okay? Um, Spirit saying if you are married, Spirit saying that you got to keep an eye on your husband's safety, okay, and well-being because there are eyes on him, um, or her, whatever, whatever you're in, even if it's a same-sex marriage, okay. But Spirit's talking about the masculine energy within this marriage. There are eyes on this person. There's jealousy on this person. People may be doing things or attempt to do things to sabotage your husband, okay, or this masculine energy that's with you, okay. And it could be in the form of evil eyes. It could be some kind of witchcraft that's being done, okay, to try and knock him down. All right. So Spirit is saying that, not only pray for you, but pray for your partner who has that masculine energy. All right. The Spirit is saying, when in Rome, do as they do in Rome. Okay. Because Spirit is saying that at this point in time to be the standout, you want to kind of keep a low profile, okay? So you don't get arrows and evil eyes and jealousy and all. You don't need any of that energy right now. It's the beginning of the year. You want to go into the new year, working on good things for yourself, okay? Spirit's talking about if you were a smoker, whether it's cigarettes, marijuana, whatever it is, Spirit's saying you gotta cut it. You better cut it. Okay, you got to cut it because this excess will not be good for you. And Spirit is saying that you have the potential to do things, um, to be like maniacal, to be you're kind of may have an addictive personality, or you may be a little fanatical about things. So Spirit is saying you gotta like moderate that and keep things in check. That goes for food, for drink, for sex, for drugs and alcohol and all that. To keep that, and so Spirit wants you to learn how to continue to harmonize yourself with others, okay, and kind of diversify your portfolio as far as who you're dealing with in the circles that you run in, okay. um for you, because there's a lot of heat, or the heat is growing, spiritual heat is growing around you. You can right before the sun rises, you can collect the water droplets off the grass, which is called the morning dew, DEW, which is highly charged. There's a lot of phenomena in that morning dew, and you can take that morning dew and pass it over your body, the back of your neck, your arms, your body, your legs, and pray for calm, for harmony. Um, Pray for all the things that you want as you're doing this cleaning with this morning dew. Spirit is announcing fertility and motherhood and or fatherhood, okay? And so someone could be getting pregnant. Someone around you could be getting pregnant in these next couple of months. So keep your eyes open, okay? If someone's not already pregnant for the new year, okay? But Spirit is saying that you're going to be birthing something or contribute to the birth of something, or something is trying to come through. All right, guys. Look, keep your head covered. wear a lot of white, get some pure coconut water, and pour coconut water on your head periodically, do a lot of white baths and be in your zone because the blessings are coming. If you like what I'm doing, please like the video, definitely share, and certainly subscribe. If you want a private reading, you can email me at ayabaswind, WYND 999 at gmail.com. Ciao.